Coming up on Fulton Today, a busy week for election officials. We'll tell you where to go for information on the Election Day wrap-up and post-certification process. And want to get a free dog with all the shots included? We'll tell you how. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. Fulton's elections chief assesses his department's first big election since the state implemented its own changes to the voting process. Voters have been casting ballots since October for this week's municipal election. Once the week wraps up, election departments all across the state will know how and if the Secretary of State's new online registration process impacted them. With more than 670,000 registered voters in Fulton, the county hired 1,800 poll workers to assist with the entire elections process. On the ballot, referendums and contests for mayors, municipal judges, city council, and school board members. Now, you can stay connected with the county's various information sources for the election results. You can also visit the Secretary of State's website. Now remember, all races will be certified by the Board of Registration and Elections before becoming official. A two-day business conference helps spark economic development in South Fulton County. The South Fulton Economic Development Initiative hosted the 2013 Ignite South Fulton County Conference. Edward Nelson is the director of the initiative. Sir, welcome to Fulton Today.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
So tell us, what was the overall purpose of the Ignite South Fulton Conference?
Well, the overall purpose is to promote business development in South Fulton County, unincorporated specifically, and hopefully to inspire the businesses in the community, to equip them with the tools that they actually need to be successful. But our focus is to really help spur economic development through business development in unincorporated South Fulton County and South Fulton County as a whole.
And sir, what types of businesses are you hoping to attract to South Fulton?
Our efforts are really targeted for this conference for small businesses to really assist the companies that are already here to grow. But we have a list of targeted industries, and then for 2014 we will be focusing on manufacturing companies, primarily in the food service and beverage manufacturing industries. But our focus is really to light the fire under the small companies in South Fulton, because small businesses is really the basis for economic development and job creation.
And now speak to us a little bit about the overall plan or the strategy to ignite economic development in South Fulton.
Well, generally, small businesses really don't have the opportunities to sell their goods and services to local, state, federal entities, buying entities, as well as the private entities. So we will give them the opportunities to do this. We will also talk about real issues that these small companies face, and also the real solutions. So we are looking for this conference to be able to help them get started in this direction.
And let me get your final thoughts.
One of the highlights of the conference were the panels. They gave great information, discussed real issues and real solutions, and we look forward to doing this again next year.
All right, Edward Nelson from the South Fulton Economic Initiative. Great information, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks again for having me, Shania.
Now, if you are interested in growing or starting your business in the South Fulton area, you can contact Ed and his team at 404-612-8025 or via email at ed.nelson@fultoncountyga.gov. Meanwhile, the newest economic development project in Southwest Fulton has officially opened for business. We're talking about the new 147,000 square foot Walmart Supercenter on Cascade Road. The grand opening was marked with giveaways and special sales.
Well, I think that the Walmart's going to be a sign of the economic development that's already started here in South Fulton County. It's bringing great partnerships with the community, and it's going to bring it's going to allow people to save money so they can live better.
More than 250 people are employed at the store thanks to the help of the county's Office of Workforce Development. They conducted on-site recruitment for the positions at their Adamsville location throughout the summer. We talked to one of the new employees on opening day.
They helped me get this job here at Walmart. They did a big thing at the Adamsville Health Center. Actually, I filled the application online, then called and let them know I did it. Boom, come in for an interview.
Walmart operates more than 170 stores in Georgia. The retail giant opened a Walmart store in Vine City in January of this year. To find out about other employment opportunities, you can contact the Office of Workforce Development. If you've been looking to get a new pet, now you can get one for free. The Fulton County Animal Shelter has a new program called Free Dog Friday. Any dog that has been in the shelter for more than 3 weeks, you can take home for free. It's a part of an effort to ease overcrowding at the facility.
We're asking for people to come out and take advantage of the Free Dog Friday in an effort to reduce the number of animals that we have to euthanize. We will continue doing Free Dog Friday as long as people support it and come out and take advantage of the free adoptions.
As a part of the deal, the Animal Service will also throw in free spaying, neutering, and vaccinations. And if you like, you can even have your new companion microchipped. You can check out the pets at the Animal Service Center on Marietta Boulevard and online. For more information, call 404-613-0358. And still to come, North Fulton seniors celebrate an important anniversary with a high roller fundraiser. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Residents continue to make their petitions known for the 2014 county budget, and others celebrate a senior facility anniversary Las Vegas style. Here's this week's District by District coverage. We began with the Fulton County Chairman as he joined the Secretary of Agriculture during an informational event about the Affordable Care Act. Secretary Tom Vilsack invited the District 1 at-large commissioner to join him at the West End Medical Center, where they both discussed the ACA with the media. As the White House appointed Secretary of Agriculture, Vilsack's department is responsible for providing a safe, sufficient, and nutritious food supply for the American people, as well as strengthening the American agricultural economy. During his visit to Atlanta from Washington, he explained why he was here for an ACA event.
One question that you may legitimately be asking is, why is the Secretary of Agriculture standing before you talking about the Affordable Care Act? Well, I'll tell you why, because I care about rural America. Rural America's poverty rate today is at its highest level in 25 years. The unemployment rate is significantly higher than the national average. And median family income for rural families is about $22,000 less than it is for anyone else living in America. Now, all of that means that you are likely to see a larger number of uninsured rural Americans.
There are over 200,000 people in Fulton County who are uninsured, and so we've done a lot to try to cater and support that population. The Affordable Care Act is good news for them, as well as the larger community in terms of access to affordable and quality health care for all of our residents.
Fulton County has partnered with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to help facilitate informational sessions about the ACA at various county buildings. The Health and Human Services Secretary, Kathleen Sebelius, visited the county a few months ago to discuss the new federal law and the partnership with Fulton County. For more information on the Affordable Care Act, visit healthcare.gov or call the 1-800 number. Seniors turned the Dorothy C. Benson facility into a mock casino as they celebrate 14 years together. The participants enjoy live entertainment, food, and of course, lots of prizes as they rejoice in the center's anniversary Las Vegas style. Since opening in 1998, they've had over 3,000 registered seniors. About 1,600 are active and share in classes, events, and services at the North Fulton facility.
I'm here 4 days a week. Take exercise classes, take some educational classes. I wouldn't know what to do without the Benson Center.
The anniversary fellowship gave participants and friends a chance to raise money for the Friends of Benson nonprofit organization. This group supplements some of the extracurricular activities for the center that are not 100% funded by the county. Fulton County Vice Chair Emma I. Darnell joins hundreds of advocates in the effort to eradicate poverty in the metro area. The District 5 Commissioner attended the Atlanta Women's Foundation luncheon at the Georgia World Congress Center with a number of representatives from the nonprofit and business community. This year's event was titled "Numbers Too Big to Ignore," a reference to the number of women and children living in poverty in Atlanta. For instance, according to the Metro Atlanta Task Force for the Homeless Statistics, the poverty rate is 58.8% for children ages 6 to 17 living in female-headed families with no spouse present. The Atlanta Women's Foundation's mission is to be a catalyst for change in the lives of women and girls and to end generational poverty. The luncheon supports that effort.
We are extremely pleased to have had an opportunity to join with the Atlanta Women's Foundation and all of the businesses and individuals and nonprofits represented here today who have one purpose, and that is to deal with the tremendous problem of poverty of women and girls in the city of Atlanta.
The featured speaker for the Atlanta Women's Foundation luncheon was Susan L. Taylor, editor emerita for Essence magazine. Taylor spoke about the need for African-American mentors in the community to help break the cycle of poverty. To learn more about the Atlanta Women's Foundation, visit atlantawomen.org. Meanwhile, District 6 constituents continue to voice their preferences for the county's 2014 spending plan. And the ongoing public meetings in the community hosted by Commissioner Joan Garner, residents are laying out what services they deem important for next year's budget.
Some of the comments that we've been hearing at the budget town hall meetings is that vital services, especially those for children and seniors, are critical to our communities, and that we really need to be looking at prevention as opposed to funding high amounts of money and high costs on our justice system.
There is another opportunity to speak one-on-one with the commissioner and county staff at the next District 6 budget meeting. It'll be next week, Wednesday the 13th, at the Oak Hill Child, Adolescent and Family Center at 5:30 p.m. And finally, in District 7, mark your calendars for the second budget public meeting in South Fulton. Commissioner William Bill Edwards will give residents another chance to hear about the 2014 fiscal strategy during his regularly scheduled quarterly listening session. It'll be on November 21st at 7 p.m. Now, the meeting will be held at the South Fulton Service Center on Stonewall Tell Road. Prior to the budget meeting, the commissioner is inviting the public to meet the new county manager, Dwight Farrell, at 6 p.m. Again, it's November 21st at 7 p.m. at the South Fulton Service Center. And when we come back, how modern-day tooth fairies hit the road to brighten the smiles of school children. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Portions of the following segment are part of the Fulton County Common Ground Initiative. Common Ground, the county's comprehensive solution to the problem of health disparities in the community.
In this week's Common Ground report, equipping school personnel with the tools to spot troubled students. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn has our story.
This is a typical or troubled training session at Camp Creek Middle School being conducted by behavioral health assistant Cherie Gardner. The deaths of 2 teachers at the hands of middle school students a day apart last month makes it imperative that school personnel become alert to kids' behavior while they are in their care.
The 3 things we ask of them is just to, 1, notice the behavior, just pay a little bit more attention to abnormal behavior in the child that's not normally there or typically there, to act on it, go up to the child, asking them, hey, what's going on? I noticed you've been acting this way. That's not normal for you. Is everything okay? And then to talk to them. That's talking to them. And then once you talk to them, you're able to get a little bit more insight, possibly contact the parent, if not the parent, the social worker at the school.
The training tells them exactly what behavior to look for.
All of a sudden very agitated for no apparent reason. It may be a reason, but we just don't know the reason at the time. Some physical symptoms are, you know, if there might be drugs involved, glazed over eyes, sleeping all the time, they're fatigued, and they're talking about the same physical complaints all the time. Some depression symptoms, don't want to get out of bed, down all the time, withdrawn. So these are, again, some warning signs, but there become warning signs when this is new.
And the teacher's assessment of the training?
Very helpful. We have a lot of kids that need a lot of help, and we're always looking for resources and different ways to approach parents with ideas for them.
It was useful in preparing me to notice certain things, because I do have some students who often give me behavioral issues, and I have written reports, so now that I have the information to kind of classify, maybe this is going on or this is going on, I can take steps to accommodate them and refer them to the right place.
And makes me more aware of certain body language and things to look for with troubled teens. You know, we have our own ideas what we might think a troubled teen is, but when you get specific training, you may have only hit just a little bit of it. But after the training, you see as a bigger picture, you know what to look for now instead of assuming what to look for.
The formal name of Typical or Troubled is the School Mental Health Education Program. It was developed by the American Psychiatric Foundation. With a $2,000 annual grant, Fulton trained over 200 high school personnel last year and is on target to train 500 middle school teachers this year.
Just a few short years ago, you wouldn't have seen a sign like this in a school, and certainly not a middle school. A definition of violence, a warning against using violence. Violence will not be tolerated. But school personnel have so much more to be concerned about than just the 3 R's in these days. And the county's Typical or Troubled training is one more tool to help them with a very difficult job. In Southwest Atlanta at Camp Creek Middle School, I'm Lynn Vaughn, FGTV.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Now to schedule a Typical or Troubled training session at your Fulton County School, contact Behavioral Health Lead Assistant Cherie Gardner at 404-612-7488, or you can send her an email. Brush, floss, and rinse every day. That is the reminder from dental hygienists as they celebrate their profession's 100th anniversary. That's also the message passed along to children who visit the Colgate Dental van parked outside various library branches. On this trip, the Bright Smiles, Bright Futures van was at the downtown Central branch. Inside, children 12 and under get free services and instructions on how to develop good oral health habits.
We try to educate the kids on proper diet, you know, limiting how often they're snacking. We're not saying that they can't have the things that they like, they just can't have it all day.
Dental services for children and adults are available on a sliding scale at many of the county's 8 health centers. You can call the main number or go online to find the clinic closest to you and make an appointment. You can check the library schedule at afbls.org to find out which branch the dental van will next visit. And finally, in our Common Ground report, first responders find another way to save lives. They were lined up to give blood at the Fulton Industrial Boulevard Government Service Center. The FIB Center is home to the county's Fire and Rescue Department and Fulton Police.
The reason it's important for residents or employees to donate blood is because 3 pints of blood saves lives, and it's needed in the hospitals, it's needed in our community, and it's a way for us to give back to others.
The American Red Cross had a goal to reach at FIB, and the staff helped to meet the challenge.
Our goal today is 32, and so far so good. We have several people coming out, and we look forward to seeing everyone, and we know it's going to be a great drive.
Now remember, you can donate blood anytime. Find out how and where at redcross.org/donate or call 800-RED-CROSS. There's also a local number, 404-876-3302. The donation process will only take about 1 hour of your time. And still to come on Fulton today, the Wolf Creek Amphitheater reaches an impressive milestone. We'll tell you about it when we come back.
You're watching Fulton Today.
The Wolf Creek Amphitheater proves to be a huge success in 2013. Fulton County's Arts and Culture Department is reporting that over 41,000 patrons visited the state-of-the-art venue this season. To be exact, there were 41,710 concert goers in 2013. The county sponsored some of the concerts and partnered with promoters on others to bring a total of 12 events.
We receive thousands and thousands of emails every week, and we do listen and we do answer emails from the patrons. And I can tell you that every one of them all stated that they keep coming back because this is the most beautiful outdoor venue in Atlanta.
Wolf Creek event coordinators are already working on the big shows for 2014. You can visit the Wolf Creek website to stay in the loop. Meanwhile, congratulations to Sandy Ward. She was named as one of the top 25 women in Atlanta for bringing some of the country's popular music artists to the South Fulton venue.
And finally, Fulton County says thank you to employees for a job well done. Each year, the workforce gathers during their lunch break to enjoy a fall bonanza of fun. Employees are treated to lunch, perks, and prizes, all paid for with the proceeds from the employee vending machines in various county buildings.
I think it's awesome that we're able to support our own Day of Appreciation, really. So, I'm loving it.
There are over 5,000 Fulton County employees. Each department will name an Employee of the Year in December.
And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs right here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey, or you can call or email us. The number 404-612-8317. The email address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV, friend us on Facebook, and watch us on YouTube. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.